thing that all of us are considering as we fill out our ballots right now, and it's a big part of the ballot, and that's whether or not to retain our judges. And this is something that many of us have to kind of scramble for. We go to the voter information pamphlet, but there is a group that is tasked with helping us out on this, and it's the Judicial Performance Evaluation Commission, or the JPEC. And what exactly do they evaluate the judges on? We had the chance to sit down and talk with Executive Director Jennifer Yim about what the responsibilities of the commission truly are.
JPEC was created by the Utah legislature in 2008 to evaluate the performance of judges for voters. With 13 members, there are 4 members appointed by each branch of government, so 4 by the Utah Supreme Court, 4 by the governor, and 4 split by the Utah legislature. The 13th member of the commission is the executive director of the Commission on Criminal and Juvenile Justice. There are rules that make it such that not more than half of them may be attorneys, and the other half are from the business community, from community nonprofits, other leaders, soccer moms, people who have worked in social workers, or accountants. We do surveys of attorneys who appear regularly in a judge's court, court staff, jurors, treatment providers, and interpreters, bailiffs, people who appear regularly before the judge in a variety of different positions. And we do courtroom observation. So we send trained lay observers into courtrooms across the state to watch judges do their jobs. We evaluate legal ability, administrative skills, a judge's integrity and judicial temperament. We look at something called procedural fairness, which is roughly how the judge treats court participants in the courtroom. We look at judicial education hours, judicial discipline, as I said. We track how quickly a judge handles cases under advisement, those sorts of measures to try to assemble an evaluation, then present that information to the judge. The judge decides whether or not to stand for the retention election. And if the judge does decide to stand for the retention election, the information is made available to voters. Judges get to see their reports before they decide to stand for the retention election. Although most judges resign or retire for all sorts of reasons that have nothing to do with judicial performance evaluation or retention elections, the most common thing for a judge to do is resign or retire rather than stand for the retention election with a negative evaluation. When they go to judges.utah.gov, I would suggest that they understand that green retain button to be an indicator of the judge passing all minimum performance standards. I would suggest that they click on the judge's name to read the narrative that JPEC writes about each judge on their ballot, and to read them carefully, because they will be able to differentiate between the judges with that information. Trends and characteristics that the judge's behavior demonstrates will be in those narratives if they were prominent in the judge's report. Judges are powerful people. They're influential people. They make decisions in the lives of people even when we don't know it. They rule on issues facing our community. They decide matters relating to people's estates and families. And they handle criminal matters and help deal with the safety, public safety of our community. This election is a time for voters to have a say in that process. And while I acknowledge that it's hard to know the judges on your ballot, the information at judges.utah.gov is designed to give voters a starting place for rigorous, honest assessment of judges.